Now, hey, everybody, get excited because we have a guest with us tonight, and he is one of our favorites. He is, gosh, at this point, he is one of the most senior members of Orange County Soccer Club. Welcome to the show, Mr. Colin Shutler. Shout out, Shutler. Colin, how you doing, man?
I'm doing very well. How are you guys doing?
We are fantastic. We are having a blast tonight. We're thinking about taking some shots of Malort in a little while. I don't know if you're familiar with Malort, but we can talk about it at some point.
I'm not, and I'm not a drinker, but it is.
Oh, Colin, you froze on us.
Well, I think the main takeaway is that he's not going to drink Malort with anybody. So, in case you
Colin
weren't
is
sure, he's much smarter than you probably than anybody on this show.
all right. Let's try this again, and let's welcome back to the show Orange County Soccer Club goalkeeper, our number one, Mr. Colin Shutler. Colin, welcome back. It's been forever. How you been?
I've been doing well. Yeah, I was on my laptop and then it shut off on me saying that there was something wrong with the device. So I'm on my phone now.
Oh, you know what? On your phone, on your device, sending smoke signals. We don't care. We are just glad to have you here. Let's talk about some Colin Shutler highlights for a second. First of all, happy birthday,
Thank you.
27. You do
Yeah.
know that 27 is the age when athletes, professional athletes, hit their physical peak. So where are we at? Are we just going to see Colin Shutler get even better than he's already been for Orange County Soccer Club?
I would love to say that. I definitely feel that way. I mean, it definitely feels like I'm getting older every time I come in from practice. But no, the body feels good. And when I first came on and you said I was one of the most senior members, that was kind of sad too. I remember my first year here and I was the newbie, and now I have to take the reins and show everybody else around. So,
Hey, you know what? There's nothing wrong with being a veteran because, hey, you might be. I think you and Kevin both came in 22, if I remember correctly. So that would put the two
yep,
of you as the two most senior players. But
yep.
Kevin still got you by like 3 years. I think Kevin's 30
Couple of
now.
years.
So Kevin is the old man of the. Stick around for another 3 years, and we'll start calling you the old man as well. We'll be happy to do. So
Yeah,
you,
couple of years off that, thankfully.
yeah. So you hit a big milestone for Orange County Soccer Club. 200 career saves with the club. Did you know you were coming up on that?
I had absolutely no clue. I don't pay attention too much to things. The only one that I know that's coming up is my 100 USL games. And I think I'm at 90, either we're 91 or 92 at the moment. So hopefully we'll hit that this year.
Absolutely, no question there. Um, I'm going to let Dylan and Brad talk with you about Orange County Soccer Club stuff, but I want to talk with you a little bit about something different. 2019, junior year at Virginia. Number one team in the country or just the number one seed in the tournament?
Number one team in the country during that, yes.
All right, so that's pretty good for a Division One soccer team.
Not bad.
You go all the way to the championship game. Georgetown. Yeah, we don't like Georgetown. We've never liked Georgetown.
No.
Unfortunately, you guys did not get the W, but in realizing that you were in that game and playing in that game, I actually sat down earlier today and I watched that game on YouTube. And let me just say that it was either the second or third goal from Georgetown. I think it was the third goal.
Yeah, it was
He
the
was
third.
offside. No question, he was offside.
Yeah,
How well do you remember that?
I remember it pretty well. But I don't know. We can. I always have nightmares about that game still. The best part of that season was we did win the ACC championship, and my brother was on that team with me, so that's still one of the highlights of my whole career.
Yeah,
But yes, that day was definitely a downer.
yeah. Well, but still, there are not a lot of people who could say that they have gotten to play in a national championship in any sport, let alone a national championship at the Division One level. So you know what? Hey, you know what? You didn't win the chip. That's okay. You have to get there to even have a chance for it, and only two teams get there every single year in each sport. So,
Exactly.
congratulations on that. And you played with an absolute stud of a goal scorer in Daryl Dyke.
Yes.
He had a hell of a year that year. But let me ask you this question. So we see all this talk about Diego Luna and the U.S. men's national team, and we all know what Milan Oloski has been doing up in MLS. So if you have a choice, if you are the manager of the U.S. men's national team right now and you need a striker, which one of those three are you taking? Luna, Dyke, or are you taking Milan?
In current form, to be honest, I'd take Milan. I mean, he's been scoring goals left and right with San Diego. We can have another conversation of what happened there, but I'm very excited to see what he'll do in Philly. My guy Daryl, unfortunately, has been dealing with a couple injuries here and there. I'm really hoping he'll get a really healthy season. He's healthy at the moment, so I'm really excited to see what he can do this year with West Brom, and I've been in touch with him. But at the moment, I mean, Milan's been killing it, so I'm excited to see what he can do with Philly Union.
I think that we all are, and we're all very proud to say that Orange County Soccer Club is what created him. Uh, Colin, thank you for being here. It's always a pleasure to talk with you. By the way, don't forget that when you were on the show the first time last season, the next game you scored a
Last season,
goal.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, then we had you on again a few months later. But so just keep that in mind should that opportunity arise this coming weekend. Dylan's got a few questions for you. I'm going to let him take over.
Of
I, I,
course.
I just want to lead with I hope we don't need you to score a goal in the 93rd minute again. It was a very special moment for me, and I'm certainly you as well. But I would really love to not have that stress. Um, you mentioned feeling your age, at a ripe old 27 now. As you come in from training, growing up, you played primarily on the East Coast, and so I'm presuming turf. You played on turf at the weekend. For you as a goalkeeper, just jumping, diving, how is that different for you versus a natural service?
I honestly, it really depends. I grew up playing on the really bumpy grass fields during the summertime, and then of course we'd switch over to turf on those East Coast winters. Um, Remembering Colorado's turf, it's actually a really nice turf, so I don't mind it much. If I had my choice, I would love a pristine grass field like at the Champ that we have at the moment, but I'm definitely not opposed to playing on turf here and there. If it was a full season, turf gets pretty tough on the body, I will say, but going to Colorado, I'm excited for this weekend. It's a big game for us, and we know that we need to pull out a result.
Fingers crossed, and fingers crossed that you're not scoring a 93rd minute equalizer.
I agree.
Um, we've tried to ask as many people we had on, and we typically forget because you've been here. It's the Orange Black Soccer Cast. We're certainly amateurs. Pro Rel was kind of announced as USL's moving into that. So for you as a player, and as a player that's got probably a future in this league for the next first few years, um, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think it would be a great addition. I think it's gonna really propel the soccer that has been growing a lot in the U.S. I think it'll bring the competitiveness to another level in the U.S. I mean, it's not really a problem for me. I feel like I'm always up for a game in this league, but I mean, with a lot more pressure, you'll see those big players come to the table when your back is against the wall.
Fair enough. Now to shift away from things that matter into things that really don't as much. You've got a whole bunch of kits on the wall behind you,
Yeah.
and I see a mix of goalkeeper and outfielder kits on the
Yeah.
back. So, how do you feel personally about goalkeepers' names and numbers going on outfield players' kits?
Well, that was I don't really care. I mean, there's some outfield kits that I do like, and I'll ask our front office just to have one kit for memories if they're nice, and give them to family members if they're asking for those ones in particular. I will say that my girlfriend put all this together when I got the 200 saves, so I'm very grateful for her and for her to be able to be here to do that. But yeah, I mean, when I was younger, you have your kit, and I would just wear the opposite color when it comes to a game. So, outfield, goalkeeper kit, it's all the same as long as you're in your unique color for the day.
Fair enough. I mean, I spent so much time wearing yellow for absolutely no reason. Um, we have a fan question, which comes from Joseph, and he was asking, "What's your favorite colorway for kit so far?" And that could be, the last, few years that you've been with the club.
For the goalkeeping, I will say jumping off of your yellow, I will say that that was probably one of my least favorite. I'm able to say that because the office knows that as my opinion as well. I'm a little biased. I love the light blue. That is the color that I scored in, but I am a big fan of the pink one this year too. And then for the field player ones, I love the Country Roads kit, the black kit. Yeah.
It doesn't get any better, truly. Brad, all you, my friend.
Yeah, thanks for joining. One of my one of the things, given that you've been the starting keeper since I believe 2023, there has been a number of outfield players that you've played with that, I'm not going to ask you to rank, but I want you to tell me, is there any player that you just loved having a defender in front of you that you could just trust with your life out there? Some of the players that you've been with over the last couple of years include Knockham, Miles, Powers, Fox, Flood, Brewitt, Benalcazar, Kiernan, and Orozco. And I know I just threw every name at you there, but who's your favorite two to play with out in front of you as goalie? And they don't have to be the two that played in like a game together.
Yeah, I mean, I put faces to all those names right as you were listing them off. And the one that came to my mind right in particular when you said who is your favorite, it's got to be my guy Dylan. I'm very grateful for him. He has a kid now, and I'm very happy for him and Nina. And I'm sad that I haven't been able to go out and meet the baby yet. But having him in front of me, I did some agent work off the field. Obviously, I'm not a great agent. He didn't come back and play for with us this season, but I did try to convince him as well as a couple of our other guys to get him back in. But he's probably been one of my favorites, and we bonded a lot while we were playing together for a couple of years here.
And then follow-up question to that: what makes a good chemistry and a really good back four with goalie mix to those brooding goalies out there?
Yeah, I think it's just understanding of how each other plays. So, I mean, one part is on the ball, and it's how we want to play as a team, building out which foot you want it to. I mean, there's some guys, most guys that we have are right-footed, but some prefer receiving it on their left versus their right, even though it's their least dominant foot. And then when it's defending the box, it's how high of a back line do we want to have? How high do you want the goalkeeper behind you to be? How close in relation to that? I won't go too deep into that, but there's a lot of different understanding pieces, like dealing with crosses as well, that we kind of chat and communicate about throughout every week in training. And I think that was a learning curve at every beginning of the season with so much turnover for the personnel that's in there. But I do think that we have a very good understanding of each other now, and we'll be able to keep going forward and getting more shutouts.
Nice. Brad's pulling a Brad, so the more
Oh
times you come
no.
here, the less things change.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just coughing so much in the background. Lastly, we got another fan question, this time from Kayvon, asking you who your favorite professional goalie of all time is.
Favorite professional goalie? There was actually a reel that just came out on the OC page, and I picked Iker Casillas. He was. I'll even repeat basically what I said because I feel like I've answered that question a lot. He was not like a 6'7" frame like you see in some of the goalkeepers around, and he was good with his feet, and he was just a brave guy that would put his face on the line and make a big save in those big moments. And I feel like that has propelled me to be that type of goalkeeper myself. And yeah, he's always been an idol in my eyes.
He was awfully good, wasn't he?
He was
Uh,
very good.
one more fan question that just came in. Where did it go? It was red or green from Joe Figueroa again. Red or green salsa on your tacos?
Red or green salsa? Oh, that's tough. Because when I hear red or green, I think pasta as well, and I definitely go green for that. But I would say for the taco sauce, I would say red.
All right, fair enough. And I've got one more for you. If it all ends tomorrow, you win the lottery, $500 million in the bank. Your girlfriend says, "Nope, you ain't playing anymore. We're done. We're moving to Mallorca and we're living on a beach the rest of our lives." What is the biggest highlight of Colin Shutler's professional soccer career?
I was about to actually cut you off there and say I'm gone, but I guess she's got the same mind as I do. I mean, Larry, this is a pretty easy thing to say here.
There's only one right answer.
There's only one right answer, and it's that goal that was at Sacramento for sure. I will say winning the ACC with my brother is a very close second now, but scoring, I never had on my bingo card of scoring a goal as professional keeper, and that's been the biggest highlight of my career.
And right now your brother's sitting at home watching, going, "Really? You yourself, just you, is more important than us." I get it. I understand. Yes, that was the absolute correct answer, Colin. Do you have any final message you would like to send out to the Orange and Black Soccercast Nation prior to this week's game?
Well, I would say come out to the champ and help us out, but we're going to be on the road for the next 2 weeks still. But no, I mean, I'm not sure exactly what you guys have planned. I'm sure it's some good brewery meetup or something to watch the game. So come out, have a good beer with these guys. They're all very fun to be around and enjoy the game. All of us on Orange County are going to make it a good one and try to get a result out in Colorado.
We have no doubt that you are. Ladies and gentlemen, our goalkeeper with one of the coolest chants of all time for Orange County Soccer Club, ranks right up there with "It's fun to hang out with Seth Kasipli." Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Colin Shutler. Colin, thanks for being with us tonight. We appreciate you.
Of course. Thank you for having me, guys. Have a great night.
Take care.